In this module, we're going to explore structural glass facades. And when I say structural, I don't mean that the glass facade is supporting things like the roof systems or floor systems, but it's actually supporting itself, just creating enough stiffness within its own construction that it resists bending due to wind loads and other kinds of loads that might be placed upon it. So here's an example I've done in an Enscape of some kind of expressions, some expressions of the kind of variability that we can create. This is not unlike the truss project we did in Computer Viz. If you had taken that course, we're just we're creating a curved surface and then dividing it off and then populating it with this family element. But there's a lot of opportunities for, I think, creativity. These shapes can be anything that you can really imagine. Just like with any kind of truss system, and even the development of the spider system that goes along with it. And that's a terrible shot through the blocks of graphics here, but you can see there's another element here that we're going to do a little bit of exploration. That's the creation of this kind of tornado-like surface that we can populate with another kind of form. Very similar to the curtain wall, we're just making a different kind of element and obviously experimenting with shape a little bit. In addition to, the kind of variations you can do with the creation of the spiders and the glass fin and connection systems, you can also think about substituting out that glass for wood, as we've talked about in lecture. Some kind of a structural wood element might be another way for you to explore creatively. So let me just go over to Revit here for a minute and maybe just kind of talk about a few concepts with some graphics or some visuals here. So here we have an adaptive panel. We'll make this in the next video. The glass panel, some structural elements, some cable structural elements, and a glass structural element. Like I said, this could be glass, it could be wood, steel, any element you might want to think about in your design. I'm also going to show you how to create it so it's parametric, so you can control this depth as you would might be interested in doing. And like I said, these are adaptive components, so if you move them, they will reform to whatever surface you create. So let me, oops, we're on the wrong screen here. Let's take a look now at, well, actually this is, these are the panels populated. They are done in a conceptual mass. Let's see if I can call up this conceptual mass idea. I just quickly show you this just as a reminder. You'll get into this later, but the example that I use in the videos is relatively straightforward. So I'm just drawing a shape on one plane. I've already identified a second plane and I'm in the conceptual mass, so I'm just going to identify a second plane and create another surface, or try to. I don't know why I'm having problems here. There we go. And we'll just leave it at those two shapes. And then once again, you grab both of those shapes, create form, create a solid form, and then I can actually grab that form and remember divide it off and then pattern it. And in this case, a panel system that I've imported. This might take a few seconds to do because I've got a lot of panels in this system. I'll hit pause while it repanelizes this. That took about 30 seconds to do. And let me just zoom in here so you can see what's going on. So there we are, populated with the panel system, and we have controls over the UV grid and all of that. So I think this will, next we'll look at actually just creating that spider. But I really wanted to kind of show you this kind of flexibility because I want the creative juices to be flowing as you go through the project, thinking about how you might want to express a glass curtain wall system. So I hope you enjoy it, and I look forward to where your explorations take you.